Now I'm going to breeze through your life here in about 5 minutes or so. So this is more show and tell. We usually call it Picture Association, but I think you're our first guest that's ever had a resolution in a state legislature for her birth. So would you like to take it away?
So that's what it is. My dad was in the legislature, the Pennsylvania State Legislature, and they issue a resolution when the members of the legislature have a child, and that is the resolution for when I was born.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Fresh into the world.
Fresh into the world, loving animals. We have dogs, of course.
Here's your beautiful mother.
My mother, I love this picture because if this isn't shout 40s, nothing does. I mean, look at the drapery fabric. I'm a fabric person, of course,
Sure.
you know, loving quilts. And her dress, and then the upholstery of the sofa, and just the style, I love it. She was very stylish.
And here's your father.
It's my father with his baby, yes. And, you know, you're looking at the porches of these houses that were on a hill. I mean, this is a little steel town. So, you know, you're seeing a lot of like very just sort of average blue collar kinds of housing. This is my mom when she was playing in the orchestra.
Up
That
and
was
down the
one
East
of her,
Coast.
yeah, that was one of her outfits.
And this is her troupe. I don't
And
know
these
what you
are
call
some
them.
of her girls. There were boys and girls in the orchestra, but these are some of the girls at one of their performances.
And this is a picture I think
This
you
is
love.
my dad. My dad was presiding. My sister is also amazing, I have to say. And this is going to be the 30th year of a program she has in Andover, Massachusetts called Kaleidoscope, and it's an enrichment program for kids in the summer.
Okay.
And so she has like 165 courses, and they're for kids that are 3 to 13. She's on the Commission for Gifted Education for the state of Massachusetts. But she had my dad, and that is my dad at one of her programs in the summer that he was doing for the kids.
Well, I'll be.
So I thought that was fun.
And now you gave this to me. Here he is right here.
Right, at a much younger age, to just give a little history of, you know, his value to the community of Monessen, Pennsillania.
There you go.
Hey,
Here
this
he is
was one
running.
of his, you know, his cars that he passed out when he was running for office. They were 10-year terms.
Wow.
He ended up being the first Jewish judge in the county, which was over 200 years old. And he always said, people will respect you if you respect who you are. And so that's some of, you know, some of the things that he had served on that he used to
Right.
pass out to people back in the day.
And this is the Shelly I've never known.
This is the Shelly in Australia. Yes, we did an exhibit. There was an exhibit of Kentucky quilts in Sydney, Australia that was put together by a woman in Versailles, Kentucky.
Well, there you go.
And it was funded by the Binghams, actually. And so I was in Australia for about a month. This came actually first.
Okay.
This was the Kentucky Quilt Project at was then called the oh God, it's the Science Center now, but it was something different then. Oh, this is one of the exhibits in Japan with two of the hosts.
Okay.
So I was doing, obviously, a schoolhouse exhibit.
Here you are with your husband.
Here I am with my husband and Krista Mayer Thurman, who was the named textile curator at the Art Institute of Chicago. And that was the night that we were having the opening of the reception for the exhibition.
Now here we are. Finally, your children are going away, right?
My children are at the Art Institute of Chicago, and there was a recent exhibit about a year ago, and about 10 of the quilts were part of that exhibit. What was so interesting was I didn't even know there was going to be an exhibit.
Oh, really?
And so I got the announcement in the monthly bulletin they give, and I called the curator, and I think she probably thought I was dead or something. You know, they didn't even know I still existed. So she was really excited that Kenny and I went up there, and we could talk to her and give her more information about the quilt since Krista had retired.